Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Win with Will. Welcome to my channel today where we follow my dividend portfolio journey. This is going to be my update from my week 19 results from the week of 10/27 to 10/31. So let's jump right into the information. First and foremost, who am I and why am I here? Well, first and foremost, I started my channel to document my progress with my portfolio. I want to be able to show people that you can start from a smaller account and work your way up. I started my account with only $5,000, added more and more funds to it, out of pocket about $8,000 total. But the majority of the videos that you see scrolling around YouTube and things like that are these huge accounts where there's six-figure, seven-figure accounts, and the average person can't see themselves starting there. So I want to be able to show people that you can start small and work your way up. Also to show my friends and family how simple it is to start investing, to teach my kids financial education and help other parents teach their children as well. If you don't know where to start those conversations with your kids, you can use my channel as a potential launching point. And also to inspire others. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not any kind of financial guru or anything special, just a regular everyday guy from the south side of Chicago that's looking to take control of my financial future, and you can do the same as well. But let's get into the legals. Don't want anyone coming at me. As I said, I am not a financial advisor. The content shared here is for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Ladies and gentlemen, please do your own due diligence. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. All decisions that you make based on this content are your own responsibility. I'm simply documenting my personal journey and experiences with investing. And again, this is just so you can see what's working for me so that you can make an informed decision on what you think will work for you. Now, let's talk about the portfolio goals, because if we don't know where we're going, how will we ever know when we've arrived? The short-term goal for my portfolio is to have $1,000 a month in dividend income with about $10,000 invested into the account. Pretty close to that goal right now. Midterm goal is to have $5,000 a month in dividend income with $50,000 invested into the account. And long-term goal, $100,000 in dividend income coming in each and every single year. So let's take a quick look at where we are for week 19. I shortened it for people that have been following along. I ended up shortening this because I was running out of space and I didn't want the wording and the font to get so small that it's hard to see. So I just basically I moved all of my previous results from June 27th up through last week, and I just put the total of earnings from that period, which was $3,030.70. And so now I have space to start fresh with my weekly results. So as of 11/1, I earned $192.69 this week from my dividend earnings in week 19. Brought my total to $3,223.39 with a cumulative dividend earning percentage of 40.19% based off of my total out of pocket of $8,020. So let's jump into the individual funds and see how we got to where we are. First fund, these three are all Granite Shares weekly pair funds. And as of now, if you've been following me for a while, you will see that all of my funds are weekly pairs. The Yield Max company moved majority of all of their funds to weekly pairs as well. But my first three are Granite Shares. The second three are Yield Max funds. TSYY, this fund is my most heavily invested fund. It's a Granite Shares fund that follows the movement of Tesla stock as it goes up and down. So should the results of this fund kind of mirror the positives, the highs and lows, as Tesla's having its ups and downs. As of right now, I've got 524 shares of TSYY, and the current trading price for this as of Friday was $7.63. Overall, I'm down based off my average purchase price, but I've got almost $4,000 worth of TSYY now in my portfolio. This week's payout was 21 cents per share, which if you look at the ratio of the earnings based off of the fund price, still doing very well as far as the dividend payout is concerned. 2.75% based off how much the actual fund is going for. But I was able to earn $110.04 this week. All of my earnings from last week, which was about $191, I pretty much dumped back into TSYY this week. I didn't get more of the SMCI just because, as of right now, as far as the dividend payout, TSYY is still outperforming. So I dumped more shares into more funds into TSYY and bought more shares. But again, $110 this week. XBTY, this fund mirrors Bitcoin. 20 shares of this fund. Average price right now is down to $15.73. Paid out about 31 cents per share, roughly the same as last week. So get $6.20 this week from XBTY. NVYY, this fund follows Nvidia stock, and I've got 49 shares. This one is trading at $23.83 as of Friday, paying out a nice 45 cents per share, in which case I made $22.05 this week. Went up a little bit from last week. OT, this one, I have 493 shares. Haven't bought more OT in a little while. The fund price has been steadily on a decline slightly. It's down to $4.96 per share now. But now it has been paying out 9 cents for a while. Now it's down to 8 cents, but made $39.44 from OT. Misty, 50 shares of Misty. Price is steady on a decline, down to $10.89 now. Paid out 19 cents, so went down a little bit from last week. I think it was 21 cents. Made $9.50 from my Misty shares. And SMCY, OT is it's a fund that they group together groups of stocks in hopes of generating a recurring income for the investors. So it's a accumulation of stocks. Misty follows MSTR, which is a stock they're heavily invested in Bitcoin as well. And then SMCY follows SMCI, which is a semiconductor tech company. If you think about computer processors and things like that, that's what SMCI is. And I've got 21 shares of SMCY, in which case this week it was at $14.89. Actually went up a little bit from last week. And I made 26 cents per share. This went up a little bit as well. And I made $5.46. So grand total, $192.69 this week for the actual dividend payouts. But it's not just about the dividend payouts. We want to look at the whole picture. So if you're somebody that's new to the channel, we definitely want to take a look at all of this red, which is the actual amount that the funds have dropped over time since I've been investing with them. So this is what, if you look at different videos and people's explanations about why they feel that these high yield dividend funds are very risky. This is a big reason, is because the overall share price of these funds can tend to drop way down over time as they're paying out the dividends. So it's a little bit of a give and take. You can take the earnings from the dividend, but the give side is that the actual fund price could decline, in which case your actual overall portfolio amount can be down as well. So if you look at what these numbers are telling us, again, every single fund is down right now. Based off the amount of the actual value of the funds, we're at about almost $8,800. 87, 82, 86 is the actual value of the funds. But based off the price that each of the funds were purchased at, it would have been $11,217. So the actual fund overall, the portfolio fund value is down by $2,434.79. So that's definitely not great. We want to hope that these start to rebound and tick back up. But if we look at the overall picture, again, even though the fund pricing is down to $8,700, I'm still up overall in the account based off how much I've invested. I've invested $8,000. So even though I've invested $8,000 and the overall fund pricing are down, the value of the fund of the portfolio, if I were to sell everything as of Monday, it would be about $8,700. So I'm still up, and that's because of the fact that the dividend payouts are still outperforming the loss of the fund value themselves. So long way to get around to overall, in my opinion, I still feel like it's still performing well overall because the dividend payouts are still nice and lucrative compared to and based off the amount that I've invested into the account. Now, who knows what the future will hold, if it will continue to be in the positive or will start shifting towards the negative. But again, that's why I created the channel, so you can see how things are going for me, to help you formulate the strategy that will work best for you. So if you guys do really appreciate and like this type of content, please, please, please like, share, comment, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel. It helps us get the information out to more and more people. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys for taking the time to be with us. If you like, if you comment, I do reply back to every single person's comments on the channel. And again, I really appreciate every single person for taking the time to watch the channel, but more importantly, to engage in the channel as well. Now, if you are the person that's been on the fence, that's been looking and researching and doing your due diligence, it's time to get started, guys. What are you waiting for to start your journey? Let's do it. It doesn't take much to start. Usually it's just you make the decision. That's where everything starts, with the decision, and then followed by the action steps, okay? But just look at this quote. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Most people look at the end result when you're looking at people that are successful and that are doing really great, but it's the small everyday little things that are done day in and day out to ultimately get to the place of where you want to be. So what's your small step to get started? Is it just opening up your investing account? Is it just funding your investing account with a small amount just to get started? Is it just doing a little bit more research to find what stocks or funds you want to invest in? But again, the main thing is to do something. The small little efforts repeated day in and day out will ultimately get you to your success, what that means for you. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I really appreciate every single one of you, and have an excellent rest of your day. Bye now.